go, Carver and Cuthbert. Go Sports Radio. Coming at you live from Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach, on the island. The final week of August. The final doors open Wednesday. Is it doors open Wednesday?
This is going to be the final? Come on.
No, I mean the final doors open Wednesday of August.
Oh, okay.
Not the final doors open.
Gotcha.
Doors open Wednesday in August.
Thank you.
Because next Wednesday.
Thank you for clearing that up.
Next Wednesday, September.
That's right.
So this is the last. I mean, it's the last chance for a doors open Wednesday on August. So that's why I went that route with it here today. I love it.
My mistake.
The weather is incredible. And I urge you. I know there's some of you that are like saying, should I go down here? You should come down here. I mean, you don't even understand what I would give to just sit at one of these tables for like the next 12 hours and enjoy the fresh air and everything that Borrelli's has to offer. I would love to do it on this final week of August and be down there. But we are here, and you should come down and hang too. Carver and Cuthbert. Busy day. Yankees, Astros. Nice job by the bullpen last night, blowing a couple leads. Judge hitting off a tee. Anything's possible. No Stanton coming out of the Carbonite this year. Gonna stay in the Carbonite till the offseason. We've got other baseball to discuss as well. Red Sox start back to not losing again as they get ready to come to the Bronx this weekend. And football, there's so much of it. Jets, Giants, the annual Snoopy Bowl in the preseason coming up on Friday night at MetLife. Final preseason game for them. And then we have real football Saturday. Week 0, college football, the Aviva in Dublin between North Carolina and TCU. First time to break out the Borrelli's football specials this Saturday, right? First time for the college football.
Yep.
Borrelli specials on Saturday. TCU in North Carolina. Noon kick. Get excited. Mike Carver along with Paul Cuthbert. Hi, Paul.
How you doing, Mike? Welcome back, buddy. What a week.
Camp Dad is over.
Camp Dad is officially over. So
no pizza for Willie today.
And you took him out on a high note, right? You went out to PA, little Candyland and stuff. So you're back, and we're getting ready for football season ahead and the change of the weather and the kids going back to school, man. Right. Wow. Look at that. Just like that. Summer 2026.
Yep. Just like it. It goes super fast, Paulie. Like, it's like, especially like, you know this. I mean, your kids are older than mine. And mine are, it was like school ended, camp, beach camp, little vacation camp, and then bang, it's like, and this is one of these awful years where they go back to school before Labor Day, which is just absolute nonsense.
Very weird.
I mean, talk about something, and I understand that everyone else around, you know, if you live in North Carolina and Pennsylvania and Florida and all these places, you don't want to hear me sing the blues because you've been going to school for a month. I get all of that. But here on Long Island, to go back to school before Labor Day is nonsense. Okay? It's nonsense. It's stupid. And I don't like anyone who decided that was. And I don't want to hear about their days. They need to get their certain amount of days in. Well, then don't give them off the Friday before Memorial Day. I'll give that up to make sure they don't go back to school before Labor Day. But that's what we're going to have to deal with next week. The kids have school for 3 lousy days, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Then they're off again Friday and Monday for Labor Day weekend. So it is what it is, Paulie.
Well, for a few of us who work from home, we get the house to ourselves for a little bit earlier. So it's all right by me, you know.
Well, that is true. Listen, there's some good points here. Getting them back into school allows me to do a few more things a lot easier around.
Can they go back tomorrow?
Like I said, no Camp Dad this week because Cole's home all week from work. So deal with Camp Dad to finish all of that. All right, as I mentioned, busy show here today. We're here on a Wednesday, as always. We're gearing up. It's almost football time. I'm super excited. But before we can get into any football, as we've kind of been doing all summer, and rightfully so, it's, you know, we've been leading with the Yankees a lot. Because are the Mets still playing? Tommy, you guys put any Met games on recently? Are the Mets still play?
They were on last night.
They were?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So it was just kind of screen filler last night. So the Mets were They're still playing, though. The Mets are still playing. Okay. So as hard as it is, I don't even know. Did they win last night? Who did the Mets even play last night?
Well,
the Brewers. They played the Brewers at Citi Field. That's right.
The biggest story about last night's Met game is the SNY feed going out before Lindor made his spectacular play. I don't know if you heard about that.
Right.
That's
right. The feed cutting out. Yes. I did see that. Yes. So something significant did happen in the Met game last night. The SNY feed cut off before that. That was the story. If that's the story, it's a problem. But it is what it is. But the reason why we always do that is because the Yanks are significant and they play significant games and they have significant stories and they have all these things going on. They start a series with the Astros last night, Paulie, 9-7, a loss in the Bronx. They'll try again tonight and tomorrow for the rest of it. But there's some concerning things. I thought that last night kind of opened some eyes to some things that maybe we've talked about for the last couple of weeks. And the Astros have always been kind of a thorn in the Yankee side. Obviously, they're not as good as they were in years past this year. I mean, hell, they fired the general manager on Monday while they're in first place. First place 500 or under. And it's just insane how awful the AL West is this year. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. They come in last night. Warren didn't pitch great, gave up 2 runs, 7 hits. But the Yankees took a lead in the 5th, Paulie. They gave it up. The Yankees took a lead in the 7th. They gave it up. And they lose the game 9-7. And it's hard to get on the bullpen because they've been so damn good all summer. But it's kind of the thing that I've had like lurking in the back of my mind. Like, am I going to trust these guys in October to get 6, 7, 8, 9 outs with a 1 or a 2 run lead? Can I trust these guys? And last night was the kind of game that makes me think, I don't know if I'm going to be able to or not.
Is that fair, though, after one game? And
I know it's probably not, but I don't have, like, these guys are not in the complete circle of trust with me. They're just not as good as they've been.
Yeah. I mean, that's hard. I mean, I agree with you. I can't get upset with the bullpen last night. They've been playing so well. The pitching staff has not been the problem here for the Yankees, especially the second half of since the All-Star break. They've been pitching so well for the most part of it. It just sucks is against the hated Astros last night. But it is what it is. I don't know. I don't think I'm there with you as far as being concerned about them right now, just because they've done so well. Now, obviously, what you hope is this doesn't turn on us now, right? That all of a sudden, other teams might find the chink in this bullpen right now. We'll see what happens. But, you can also chalk up last night as the Astros probably cheated, because they cheat. I mean,
right.
For our bullpen to get,
yeah,
that I'm
like tired of.
Maybe they figured something out and they were banging some.
I can't do that anymore. I can't. We've got to stop with that stuff.
We got to have a little
bang
fun
in
with
the guard. It was so long ago at this point.
And then all of a sudden the Astros come into town and they light them up last night.
Yeah,
kind of weird.
But
kind of weird.
I can't do the bang in the trash can stuff.
Maybe they have a new signal now.
They got to.
Anybody keep an eye on Altuve?
They found another way. Found another way to be able to communicate.
Yeah, well,
without Altuve and the crew. Maybe that's possible. I guess anything's possible at this point. But there's something else that I thought was a little concerning out of the game, aside from the bullpen. Which maybe you're right. Maybe I'm being a little unfair, and maybe they've come back tonight and pitch well. They're going to be needed tonight because they got. I guess this is kind of where the Weathers spot is, and now he's going to be on the IL. Weathers is out.
Well, another part of the pitching discussion is obviously maybe why Cole didn't start. Maybe they're looking ahead to other series coming up. The way things are lining up here a little bit. Maybe the Yankees are playing a little advance here.
Yeah.
They're
trying to line some things up. So Cole will go tomorrow. And look, they have to kind of fill in a spot anyway, because with Weathers going on the IL this weekend, that you could kind of slide Fried back in allegedly this weekend, as they say. They think that Fried is just, like we said, a short stint, and he'll come back and pitch in one of the Red Sox games, probably on Saturday of that doubleheader. But the other thing I guess you could say, which is a little concerning, is Lombard. Now, rightfully so, everyone was very excited when he came up because, it's the next prince to be promised. It's Volpe being gone. It's all of these things. Yeah, for error in 4 straight games after making an error last night. I don't recall that ever happening to Volpe.
It didn't. It's
It
already
didn't.
been
And well, because all the analytical
stated that.
gurus have gotten out there and have already put out how many errors he would have over 162 games if you charted this out and you do all these things. So as much as everybody was super excited, there's been a little bit of a hiccup here, Paulie, with the young shortstop over the past few days.
The grounds crew might have to dig underneath the shortstop dirt there and find out if there's some kind of voodoo doll that was left either by Jeter, because it's just so odd that this kid comes in playing okay, and now, like I said, it was everybody just. I think it all the fan base, the pundits, and everything pulling for this kid, wanting Volpe to be out of that position for so long, and then you have this kid coming in who kind of looks like he's going to play the part here a little bit, and now he's doing stuff that Volpe never did, and it just it's icky, I guess, more than anything. But
right.
I mean, at the end of the day, the team winning, playing pretty well. He's good at the plate, and he's. When he's been called on to make some really big plays, he's there for it. I mean, I don't know. I can't make any sense out of it. I think it's just weird that, here's the fan base, the organization, pushing Volpe all the way these last couple of years, and the fan base basically just not happy with it. And then Lombard comes in, has the good start, and now here it is. It's like, and Volpe's got to be sitting home going, just laughing like an evil villain, like,
right. Right.
But
yeah.
It's playing out weird, but it is.
That's a good way. It is playing out weird. That's for sure. But I think it's getting, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say it's getting highlighted more because there's just now direct comparison to Volpe. And the funny part is I didn't hear anybody. Did anybody like stand up and get on the table and scream like, how could you replace Anthony Volpe when this happened? I didn't really hear anybody doing it, but yet there sure are a lot of people now who are rolling out all their statistical new numbers involving Lombard versus Volpe. The twist is there, but yet none of them were like, well, where were the people banging the drum for him to stay? And just give him time, give him another year, give him another set of at-bats. Nobody was doing that. And now, because the kid obviously having a little bit of a rough patch here, now it's, well, Volpe would have never did this, and Volpe wouldn't have. Shut up. I'm not stupid. Kid's making mistakes. Young player. You got to live with stuff like this.
Now, where do you draw the line between a kid like this, obviously making 4 errors in a row here, and then say, let's take anybody in the lineup, whether it's Benny, whether it's Gris, whether it's Garcia, whether it's, anybody else who goes like 0 for 15 or 0 for 20. You compare like their ineptitude at the plate as opposed to errors get more magnified because it's a play or whatever. But there's faults amongst all these guys right now.
Yeah.
And okay, Paulie, where were you? And Volpe was going through this too. Look, we're always pulling for Volpe. Yeah. I don't think anybody here was never not pulling for the guy.
I think at the end nobody was.
I think more of there was a lot of anger towards his play in the field, yes, but I think for me it was more amplified at the plate, his ineptitude at the plate.
Right.
And again, he had an injury. He was fighting back from an injury this year, and we've gone through this too. I think, like I said, I think Yankee fans just can't win when it comes to this situation and it comes to this position right now. And especially when you've had the best.
The majority of this fan base had an absolute parade when this guy was sent down and Lombard was called up. A parade. They had a parade in the streets that they were so happy
when
that
Volpe came up originally.
Well, that's what I mean. And look, that we obviously know that fans are, they change their opinions fairly quickly.
Yes.
And I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Who am I to try to stoke the flames, just calm things down? But I get it looks bad. 4 errors, an error in 4 straight games and all that stuff. Calm down. Like, that's just kind of where calm down. I mean, Jazz didn't help on that one either. Jazz booted the ball in his glove, and man, Jazz is just too much.
It's a long season.
I know that we've had enough of Jazz already at this point.
Well, I mean, this is baseball, right? It's there's this cycle going on right now. We could bleed into the fact that Cal Riley now is starting to crush the ball.
Oh, I'm going to get to that.
Certain guys, all this thing is kind of like, it's just this big wheel turning. It all depends on what time of the year it is.
Keep on turning.
You talk about, like I said, the bullpen. You get a little scared right now because they finally got knocked up last night, first time in a long time.
Yeah.
And here we are, right? We talk about the wild cards, especially in the AL, right? It's the engines are turning right now. There's a lot of teams right now that will make baseball very interesting here these next few weeks.
It goes back to what, unfortunately, not unfortunately, but this has been the main point of this entire season. We've been saying this now I would say since late May. Since late May, it has been very apparent, and we've said it almost every single week here since late May, that the American League absolutely sucks this year. Like, it's just, that's it. Like, that is how it is and how it's going to be, and it hasn't changed. And that is why, as much as we could try to poke holes and find things to be upset about and nitpick this and nitpick that, I mean, we're also, we're nitpicking it. What are they? 54 and 7, or 57 and 74, something, 74 and 57. I think that's the record, right?
6-4 in the last 10.
So,
the
league sucks. And the league sucks. So they have opportunities here. They're going to move forward. They're going now. Look, I think to this weekend is super significant, obviously, because it's 4 games with the Red Sox who don't lose again. And, the Red Sox are now a game and a half back. And no, they're not going to miss the playoffs, but there's a big difference from playing 3-game series in Fenway and playing that 3 games in the Bronx. There just is. So this is a big weekend for them. It's tough playing these doubleheaders, on a Saturday, and they're going to have to, I honestly, Paulie, in my eyes, find a way to take 3 out of 4 from the Red Sox this weekend. Like, I think that's something that they really need to try and do, to give themselves a little, you can extend that out, extend, and try to move it there. That's what I would be. I think that's a big, but they got to get through these 2 games with the Astros first here tonight and tomorrow.
We're still I can speak for me. I think it's just a phase of the Yankees can look so good. Enjoyed the games the other night. And then, like I said, they were, Garcia had a hell of a game last night too. There's a lot of good things going on, but I think when, the Yankees are bad, or whether it's individual bad players, individual weeks, it's magnified so much. And there is this, I guess in a way I do understand now your nervousness, because I just think as a fan base, it could turn south. Like if they struggle here against the Astros these next couple of games, and then they get beat up by the Red Sox this weekend, you can start feeling, at least on the fan base side of things, the wheels might be coming off. But the Yankees still have a pretty favorable schedule left for them as far as a lot of teams that they're playing. And they can kind of control their own destiny too. If they can get through Boston this week, come out winning the series, maybe take these 2 games from the Astros here, and then they can maybe, control their own destiny against Tampa Bay when they have that big series coming up.
4-game at the end of September. Last week of the season, they play 4 games against the Rays. Just a couple of other things to tidy up with the Yankees. Number one, since the last time we were together, I guess Stanton, slip or fall or something? I mean, I guess he slipped and fell and he hurt his other calf. So he's not going to come out of the carbonite this year. It's pretty clear. A lost year for Giancarlo.
You think it's over?
Oh, it's this year or altogether?
I mean, yeah.
No, I mean, they were talking yesterday how they still believe he's got something left, and the guy can't walk without falling down and hurting his calf.
He's built like a rock. I don't get it.
I
He's
know.
built like a monster. What is going on?
It's kind of bizarre, but
what kind of
he is training. I don't. I mean,
I'm 56. I haven't pulled a hamstring, and I cycle, I ride, I run. My dog kills me on the walks. I haven't pulled a hamstring in probably 20 plus years, buddy. I don't get it. And this is a professional athlete. What's going on?
You hurt your calf running. I mean, walking, fell down and hurt his calf.
Come on. What's going on?
I don't know. So basically, Paulie, he's out. Like, no more plans for him. We don't have to talk about it. He's going to stay in the carbonite. He's going to be. There's no unfreezing him this year. So it is what it is. But Judge, on the other hand, you got some more every week now. They give you
He's out of the pool, buddy.
out of the pool and
Out of
onto
the
the
pool.
tee.
On the
So
tee.
he's been hitting balls off a tee. That was Boone's update earlier. I guess it was yesterday. Boone's update was that he was hitting balls off a tee, and he's doing some running now. Is that what he's doing? Running, or
Running.
he's been so. Again, I refuse. And oh, by the way, and this was the quote, which I thought was very telling. There is still confidence that he will return this season. Not he's going to return this season. There is confidence he's going to return
Judge.
this season. That's what Boone
I
said.
thought they circled a couple of dates already.
Boone, he didn't say he's coming back this season. There is confidence that he's coming back. That means, that tells you even they still don't know. Okay? And I saw Joel Sherman circle a date of like September 10th or something like that,
Yep.
which of course lines up with that 9/11 weekend series with the Mets at Yankee Stadium. And I'm sure he wants to be back for even before that. I find it very difficult to believe that this guy who's just been in a pool swinging a bat and only been hitting balls off a tee, that's all he's been doing, hasn't been doing anything else. He's going to show up September 10th, September 15th, September 20th, whatever the date is, and I'm getting prime MVP type Aaron Judge this year. No shot in my eyes. There's no shot that I'm getting any of it. He hasn't even faced a pitcher yet. And September's this week. I mean, this is it. It's the last week of August. If you are sitting around thinking that he's coming to save the day, and he sucks in October anyway. If you think he's coming around to save the day, I can't get there yet. I can't. I need 3 weeks of real major league pitching to believe that he's going to be helpful.
Does somebody in the New York Yankees organization have the scones
No.
to maybe say,
No.
leave him off the roster?
Oh, that's no. Paulie, he could drag himself out of the pool without seeing a major league pitcher, and he's going to play. Now, will he strike out, go 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts? Probably, but he's going to play. If they say to him, we're going to let you play, you've been cleared to play in a game, he could have no at-bats the whole month of September, and if that Game 1 Red Sox wildcard series, they look at him the day before and say, you're cleared to play, he will 1,000% be on the lineup that night. Now, again, no live pitching for months, but he will be in the lineup.
All right, look, put your manager's hat on here, Mike. I know you got a different
Yes,
hat
he's
on,
playing.
but let me, I know. All right, so he's in the lineup. Get through a few, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 at-bats. Hasn't gotten a hit yet. What are you doing?
2 for 18 with 10 strikeouts type of thing? Is that kind of he's
that.
still playing?
Oof.
He's still playing. He just is. He's still going to play.
DHing, right?
I don't know. I'm not
I don't
sure. Because
This-
here's the
this
problem.
squad we have right now.
Here's your problem. If he's a DH,
George. They're hitting
that
the ball.
means
Garcia's hitting the
Rice or
ball.
Garcia isn't playing.
I don't
Garcia,
know.
by the way, 3 homers in his last 4 starts, 8 hits over that span as well. Hot right now,
Yeah, I
Garcia.
know. So,
Hot.
like I said, put your manager's hat on. How do you?
I
What's more important?
I do not find a way, even against lefties. I would hate to take Garcia and Rice should never be. We had this talk months ago when
Is
they
it
were
about the
sitting-
team? Is it about the World Series? About championship?
They need
or is
Judge-
it about Aaron Judge? What do you do?
They need Judge playing right field. He can't DH. They have too many DHs on the team. They have too many guys they need in the lineup. They just do.
I don't
It's
know.
look,
If
it's
his timing isn't there, and if he's struggling, I don't know.
he will drag himself up to that plate,
Keep him
and
as a very
they
high-paid cheerleader on the
they
bench.
will continue to put him up there. This is why I'm saying it's so important that he has the at bats before the Red Sox series. Because I got news for you, it's Yankees Red Sox in the wild card. Unless you think the Rays really hit a funk over the next few weeks, which I'm not sure they do. I think it's Yankees Red Sox, and I want at bats for him before that happens. That's it. That's kind of where I'm at with the entire thing hitting off a tee.
It's going to
hitting
be
off a tee.
very, very interesting September. It really, really
Hitting off a
is.
tee. Like, I don't know. I'm just and they go to the West Coast after the Red Sox series too, a place that I know that the Angels suck. They never play well on the West Coast. Ever. No matter where they go. So something to watch, Paulie. As we
These guys got to win. They got to
as we move forward, it is something to absolutely
Here come
watch.
the judge.
Carver and Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio. Coming at you live from Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach on the island on a doors open Wednesday. The doors are open. It's a beautiful day. I love every second of it. And you should come down and hang out as well. In fact, there are so many things that are going to be happening at Borrelli's over the next couple of days, weeks, etc., that I think, Paulie, now is a better time than ever to let everybody know about all of those
I
things.
don't have my headphones today, so we'll
That's
see how
okay.
this goes. You know,
Okay.
Anyway, you are broadcasting every Wednesday and Thursday live from Borrelli's Taproom, located at 912 West Beach Street here in Long Beach, New York, home of the champion New York Knicks, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, it is Wednesday. We are back here, and Wednesdays, well, I mean, a couple of things down here at Borrelli's. Sometimes they're pasta nights, and sometimes they're live music theme nights. And tonight it is live music, and it's 80s night here tonight at Borrelli. Starts at 7 o'clock, free admission. Come on down, half price bottles of wine, and a $21 pasta special. So come on down and check that out if you're a big fan of the 80s. Come on, hang out tonight at Borrelli's. Get the midweek going for you. Tomorrow night is Thursday night. As you guys know, it's carnivore night. And every Thursday night here, you come down with $42.99, and you get a choice of veal, steak, or pork, super salad, and you get a dessert. You get bottomless beers, endless wines, all for $42.99 right here at Borrelli's. Fridays. Hey, look, you know, the frozen machine here is hooked up here. Make sure you get
Really?
down.
Take it down the frozen machine?
I'm just saying it's, you know, get to the fall here, but Frozen Fridays here from 12 to 9, $8 margaritas and pina colada. On down here these last beautiful few weeks here down at Long Beach with the nice weather, which will hopefully roll into, I'm hoping, the end of October. I hope we get a long extended summer here down here at Borrelli's and Long Beach. Friday night also means it is live music, and that is Derek Adams Friday night at 7 p.m., followed by DJ Frankie Sims for the Friday night dance party. And then on Saturday, we have Not So Skinny Dippers will be here at 7 p.m., followed by DJ TM Select. And then on Sunday, Fun Day, we have Ryan Scarano at 4 p.m., followed by DJ TM Select at say 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock for the Sunday Fun Day dance party. Bingo nights here is always hosted by bartender Tommy, always packed. Next Tuesday night, come on down. It's brought to you by Michelob Ultra. Always a great night. Get down here quickly because the tables fill up, and it's always an awesome night. So come on down there. And then next week, first week of September, we will have Music Night returning here as well, as Billy Joel Night returns here next Wednesday. And again, 7 p.m., free admission, $21 dinner special, and half price bottles of wine for that. Big news on the comedy side here. Just announced October 5th, Sam Morial is going to be here, and you can go to eventbrite.com and search Borrelli's Comedy, or you can go to borrellistaproom.com and click on events. And of course, this weekend, college football returning. All the football specials will be going on here at Borrelli's, and I'll just run through a couple of them real quick here for you. It includes mimosa towers and beer towers, all kinds of great stuff like that. All the bucket specials, $35 bucket specials, and 2-for-1 pizzas, and it goes on and on and on. And that's during all the football games down here at Borrelli's. And that's what's going on this week. I'll have more tomorrow and later on in the show. And make sure you get down here again. Borrelli'sTaproom.com, and follow Borrelli's on IG at Borrelli's Long Beach. And that's what's happening, Mike, right here at Borrelli's.
That is what's happening. Great to be with everybody here today. Carver and Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio, with us here. All right, a couple of other things in baseball before I move on to all the football that we have, which of course is a lot of fun. First, I will mention, just because, and I know I made some jokes at the beginning of the show, I will mention that the Mets are now only 12 games under 500. They're 60-72. They've won 7 of their last 10.
Big one last night.
They did beat the Brewers 3-2 in 10 innings. That coming off losing 2 out of 3 of the White Sox, although they did get walked off in both of those games. They played tough. They have the Brewers again, obviously, tonight. Do they get the Miz in this series, or do they miss the Miz at Citi Field? They get the Miz tomorrow. Now, that will get – although you brought this up last week, there's actually been a lot of people at Citi Field, even though the Mets suck. They've actually had good crowds.
Absolutely.
And you have a chance tomorrow, if you want to go out to Citi Field, and it's a night game, to go see the best pitcher in baseball this year, and that's the Miz. Jacob Mizorowski is going to start for the Brewers. Now, that will have a little buzz at Citi Field tomorrow night, Paulie, to go watch him.
Yeah, go see the smoke, you know?
He's got smoke, man.
What's his record right now, Mike?
I will give you his he is
shoo-in for the Cy Young, right? National Cy Young.
He's the heavy favorite at this point. 13-5 with a 1.68 ERA. And he has, in 145 innings pitched, 216 Ks in 145 innings pitched. That is video game type numbers from the Miz. He's going to win the NL Cy Young. And if you can go out to Citi Field tomorrow night, he's probably going to put on a show.
Well, look, if you're a baseball fan, right? And you like all these guys, you like all the stars,
that's
head out to Citi Field.
Correct.
Maybe the Mets aren't playing well, but like you said, they have been putting up fights.
Yes.
So the games have been, kind of interesting. But, man, like I said, when we were trying to go last week, we were looking to go see the Padres and Tatis Jr., who's also on fire. And so, yeah, if you get a chance to go see the Miz tomorrow night.
Tatis been rolling, man. Yeah. I mean, Tatis has just been smoking hot since he got that first homer. I think he's like 370 with 17 or 18
Padres
homers.
Half back now. They're getting there.
Well, they're in a playoff spot. So that's the Brewers, by the way. Now, 1 game ahead of the Dodgers for the best record in the National League. The Braves are right there with them, too. They're 4 back, 77-55. It's been the Brewers took, 3 out of 4 from the Dodgers last weekend, I believe, in L.A., or maybe the weekend before that is when they did. I still just, Paulie, I still just don't believe that the Brewers are going to beat the Dodgers when the money's on the table in October. I still just don't believe it.
If you look here, it's kind of like you just got to get in, right?
Right.
But if you're the Dodgers, whether it's the Braves, the Phillies, the Padres, the Brewers, these are going to be tough series,
Right.
I don't, as good as the Dodgers are, and everybody can sit here and say, yeah, they're going to smoke everybody. When you have teams that are gunning for you like that, I give, and especially these teams that we're talking about, let's just take the Padres.
Yeah.
Certain guys play. I think Miller only gave us first home run of the year the other night.
Yes, to O'Neill Cruz last night.
So, I mean, I don't know. I just don't have that swarming feeling that the Dodgers are just going to walk through everybody.
Okay.
I just don't feel it. And this goes back to last year, too. I know I brought it up countless times. There was some wild stuff that went on in the Dodger series last year. They got a lot of luck.
In both the Blue Jays and you can even say the Phillies series, the 5-game series with the Phillies.
So these teams can play them. And in a series, anything can happen. But the baseball from these teams that have been dormant, even you saying like the Mariners are gutless and all this stuff.
Right.
So some guys on their teams right now are starting to turn things on here a little bit. And when it comes down to the wild card and just getting in,
right,
that's all that matters.
That is all that matters at the end of the day. And I will say, the Mariners, who I have called gutless for weeks, we have called the Mariners. There is a chance that what happened on Monday night might turn their season around. So Monday night, Phillies come into town. Phillies were red hot, and they have to take a cross-country trip all the way out to Seattle to open that series. Wheeler got destroyed. Raleigh hit 3 homers in the game. Then Raleigh homered again last night. Got 4 consecutive at-bats with a homer. Did that save the Mariners season? And again, I'm only saying this because their division has been so pathetic that even at 64-69, and as with winning the last couple nights, they've gotten to 5 games under. 2.5 games back of the Astros in the AL West. 2.5 games back. So it's there for them. They've won 7 of their last 10. if Raleigh's going to look like the Raleigh of last year over the last 5-6 weeks of the season, Paulie, it's extremely possible that they get in. And I even saw another one of my guys who was tweeting about this. If they did get in as the champion of the AL West, they would actually have a path where they avoid all the good AL East teams until the ALCS, because Tampa's going to be the 1. Yankee Red Sox would be 4-5. White Sox are going to be the 2 and have the bye. Seattle would be the 3, play whoever wins this last wild card spot, which is just a lot of junk teams. And then suddenly, you don't have to play the Yankees, Red Sox, or Rays till the ALCS. There's like a path, Paulie, for the Mariners to maybe be the team that people thought they were going before the season. Very possible.
And that's a pretty talented team. And if they get in the wild card and Cal's crushing it, and I mean, again, this is how where are they right now?
2.5 back in the West.
Okay.
Forget wild card right.
So the 2.5 back, because
I think
the West has been so bad, as you brought up. So the
Right.
2.5 back just to possibly win the division.
They're 3 back of the last wild card. They're 2.5 back of this. So they got 2 paths, technically. Still have 2 paths to get there.
Mhm.
But I think, and I also saw this, 17 of their last 22 games are against the A's, the Angels, the Rockies, like 4 of the 5 worst teams in baseball, 17 in their last 22 games, because they play the A's and the Angels a ton. Those are their division rivals. They have a couple series with those teams. The A's have completely thrown in the towel. The Angels stink. They have the schedule, and if the big guy gets hot, that maybe after months of just really uninspiring, gutless play, they could steal this division somehow, because everyone else has been so bad and hasn't allowed them to take it.
I'll have to eat a little crow, buddy, if that happens.
I'm going to have to, yeah. Oh, no doubt. But here's what I didn't, but you would have thought that someone would have stepped up and put them away. And the Astros have just been so bad, and the Rangers stink too. And none of these teams have gone and put them in the rear view. They've allowed them, even though they're 5 games under 500, they've allowed them to hang around and have this opportunity, which makes just ridiculous. That, again, it all comes back to the same point. Awful American League this year. Just awful. And I'll tell you, the White Sox better watch themselves as well, because Cleveland's now 2.5 back of them in the Central. So the White Sox have hit, they're only 5-5 in their last 10, and they better watch themselves, because that 2 is a really nice spot to be in. You're gonna get a bye in the wild card round. It's just
So let's talk about this for a second here, because I saw somebody tweet out the other day, Manfred ruined baseball, right?
Right.
With all these rule changes and everything else. So let's just we'll come back to the wild card at the end with all these situations here. But, the pitch clock, the ghost runner, speeding up the game a little bit here. And now obviously the, checking the strikes, the challenges, right?
Right.
Challenging plays, outs, all that other stuff, right? And then you switch back to now, we talk about the mediocrity of a lot of the teams in the league here and stuff,
Right.
but now when it counts with the fever pitch of the end of the summer,
Yeah.
a lot of teams now have a chance to get into the playoffs.
Right.
It's putting pressure on the top teams to maintain their lead so they hold on to the division, get that bye, right? So it keeps them pressured to play well, right?
Right.
And so, in short, what I'm asking you about is all the changes for baseball here, including this wild card and these teams now that were pretty much out of it, not showing well. And you could, like I said, we can talk about how poor or watered down the league is.
Right.
But again, we are heading now towards the playoffs, which is really all that matters, right? So regular season ends, it'll be, and that's this year, this last month, all these games, right? Which will probably push attendance if things are close for all the teams and everything else. What's your take now as far as just the state of baseball, where it's at, what we got in terms of the rules, and Manfred, everything he's done here the last few years, and where we're at right now as we approach another postseason here?
I will say right now, I think it's dragging a little bit, and maybe that's just for me personally, because just being into it every day and trying to be into it, I think baseball's really dragged.
like especially this last couple weeks. Like I'm like really ready for football. Like that's how much baseball's like kind of dragged on me here. You get to that point where you're so excited for football and the baseball's starting to drag a little bit, but you only have a month of it left until it's really, really good because October's incredible.
But do you not think it's? I know you felt it dragged, and I know like I said, we're waiting for football here. But you click on the sport, all the national sports broadcasts and everything else. There's some good baseball being played right now.
Sure, but I think that everybody's kind of not getting that excited because I feel like this cloud that hangs over the entire sport where everybody just says, I think everyone's kind of resigned to the fact that there isn't going to be baseball next year. And I think that that's turned a lot of people off. I really do.
But then again, I heard recently
I don't care what Rob Manfred says. He says there's going to be baseball next year. Then Rob better lay off on a salary cap if he thinks there's going to be baseball.
All right, so we'll deal with that when we deal with that.
Right.
But is the season just too long?
Yeah,
is that part of it? It's got to stay the way it is. And or like I said, as far as all the changes, we've kind of gotten used to them, right?
Yes. It's now been 4 or 5 years since all the drastic changes in the game. I don't have any. I used to really be like, I thought it was so stupid, some of this stuff, whether it was going to be the pitch clock. I still hate the runner on second in extra innings, but I've grown to accept it. Some of the one thing I'm really glad they got rid of was the stupid 7-inning doubleheaders. Glad they got rid, although the players want it back. I've heard Harper talk about it. I've heard other guys talk about it, that they liked it because it's less innings.
Get the job done. You don't have to worry about it.
Correct. But I think at the end of the day, everything that's been implemented over the last few years has made it better. It's made it better.
I think so.
I'm not a big. I've always been a big tradition and don't change things guy when it comes to this game. Some of the stuff I was super against the pitch clock. I thought it was going to ruin baseball. I thought it was going to ruin everything. I am willing to admit, and I do this when I was dead wrong on. Dead wrong. It has, without question, made the game better. It has made the game more flowing. It has made, I thought there was going to be games ended on guys not getting in the box, and I thought there was going to be all these violations. It took everyone in the league about a month, and they all adjusted, and it's been aces.
And we talked about it last week too. I think this pitch challenge is also worked out extremely well.
Yes, I think that's another thing that there's still some guys who are, especially on the Yankees, who are a little silly with it still. But
I agree.
I feel the umps, as I said to you last week, have 100% adjusted because they don't like to be embarrassed. And I felt like in April and May, a lot of them were getting embarrassed, and they've had to clean up their act because at the end of the day, like if they continue to be awful, then they're just going to get rid of them altogether. We're going to make everything electronic, and the umps don't want that. So the umps have cleaned up and gotten better to where there is you're seeing a lot less of this over. You compare the amount of challenges in April and May to the amount of challenges in July and August, and I guarantee you, Paulie, it's like I don't have it in front of me. Maybe I'm wrong. You could call me a moron if I am. I feel like just watching the game, it's drastic difference in the amount of time.
And I have not seen a lot, if any, of managers getting thrown out over ball strike calls or stuff like that.
Sure.
That a lot of that is reduced. And again, maybe that's the entertainment part of that. It sucks that it's gone. But so it has, I think it's improved that aspect of it. And we wanted better umpiring, right? So look, they put something in there that kind of made these guys tighten things up a little bit. So it's good stuff. So
it is good. There you go.
And that's all back on the fact that, like, Cal Riley and you got all the guys here. We get the wild card. The situation's going on with the divisions right now.
There is going to be some exciting stuff down the stretch in September. And you just got to get past this little hill right now. Like this little August is always like this. It's just you want to get past it. And if you have a couple good races in September, which it's shaping up that you're gonna, because adding this third wild card has kept so many teams in it, that you're going to have a lot. You're going to have Cleveland trying to run down the White Sox. You're going to have the Yankees and the Red Sox. What if one of them sweeps this weekend, the 4 games, and Tampa has a rough weekend? Suddenly the AL East is back in play for whoever has a big week. Like there's a lot there's really no division that's over. I mean, except the NL West. All right, fine. The Dodgers are 9.5 up on the pod. That's over.
I know. I was just joking.
Can the Cubs catch the Brewers at 5.5? How
I
many
don't think
games they
so.
got left
I
together?
don't think so.
They
Do
play
they have
Monday.
any series against
Ooh.
each other coming up?
They got 4 games starting Monday in Wrigley. And then they play in Milwaukee the week after that. They have 4, 5, 6. They have 7 games left with each other. Cubs are still alive.
It's good stuff. Absolutely.
Cubs are still alive for that division. So I think every division is still alive. I think the Phillies can still catch the Braves as well.
Yep.
So I think other than the NL West, 5 of the 6 divisions are live. The third wild card is super live in both leagues. You're going to have race in September, games that matter. And those are the games. So a lot of those games, Paulie, are going to involve, like I just mentioned, Seattle's going to have all these games against the Angels and the A's who have had awful years. Suddenly you got a chance. You're going to be involved in games that have a little teeth to them
Now,
in September.
the business side of this too, right? Everything that you just mentioned in a country which is just salivating for football,
Right.
but everything that you just talked about creates interest or maintains interest in the baseball season
Right.
for so many fans in so many cities, as if it was the old,
Right.
the old ways.
Right.
That would kind of just tail off.
Right.
So I wonder if maybe a few years ago, it's kind of like, Bettman always kind of wheeling and dealing. How can you get the NHL to stand out during certain points of the year and stuff?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can't compete with the Kings in NFL. But
No,
all
nobody
that stuff
can.
that you just mentioned now makes baseball interesting in September and October.
Right. It does. It makes everything fun on the table, and it's even and it's still good to have those pennant races in September because yes, we have football back, but it ain't every night. Like you need, those weeknights. Yes, on Saturdays and Sundays, baseball can get a little lost in September, but on weeknights, there's still people are. There's going to be these good pennant races to check in on, and there's still going to be a lot of gas in the tank for sport going forward. Carver and Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio, coming at you live from Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach, on the island for us here today. Still a lot to do as we move forward. We're going to get into the football portion of our show, and there is a lot to talk to. Would you like? Let me ask you this, Paulie. Would you like a quick break to reset everything? We get a little quick break on the board, reset.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe get a beverage. We'll get ourselves all
Give me one
lined
second
up
here.
and come back with the Jets and the Giants. And I will ask Paulie the ultimate question: will he put Jackson Dart in the bubble wrap on Friday night in the Snoopy Bowl? Keep him off the field and make sure. We're back. Carver and Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio, right after this. And we are back live. Carver and Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio from Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach on the island on a Wednesday here for us, getting ready. Last week in August. We turn the page to September next week. And, of course, the NFL and college football, though college football starts this Saturday. And I am excited, Paulie, for tomorrow because I know on tomorrow's show, our first college football season is coming up, right? Who you got?
Crazy.
Including TCU in North Carolina at the Aviva in Dublin to start off the
Do you
season.
have any
Bill
idea
Belichick.
why they picked that? Why they picked Dublin?
Well, they've been playing a game in Dublin for a long time.
Okay.
Dublin has had a season opener a good amount of years. Now, it started off as like a Notre Dame thing. And if you were going to keep it, in my eyes, I would rotate Notre Dame and Boston College every year.
Yeah.
If you want to have them go over and play whoever, and Notre Dame's played Navy there, and they've played maybe one year they played Boston College there, but I know Boston College went over and played Georgia Tech there. I feel like if you're going to have those two schools, am I wrong in saying that those are probably the two most recognizable, whether that's Irish Catholic schools, whatever, that you could put and play them in Dublin every year and nobody would
I agree with you.
care about that? I think sending, like last year they had Kansas State and Iowa State in Dublin. I don't see the appeal.
I'd say it's a
this year.
We're going to bring up financial costs and everything, but when you about these schools, they don't have to worry about money.
There's no money's no object for any of them, but North Carolina and TCU, just weird. And I didn't realize this until someone brought it up. Me and Lacey were doing our college picks last night, and somebody in the chat told I couldn't understand why NC State and Virginia were playing an ACC conference game in week 0. It just made no sense to me. And then he reminded me that the game was supposed to be in Brazil. This Virginia NC State game was supposed to be in Brazil.
Does Lacey know why it was canceled?
I went and looked why it was canceled. The fans were fearing for their life. They didn't want to go there. And for whatever, there was travel concerns and all these things. So they whacked going to Brazil, and that game is going to be now in Charlottesville, Virginia, home of the Cavs, of course, for that game on Saturday. And then I think I told you last week that at the end of September, they're playing a game in London between Arizona State and Kansas. Why? What? Why?
I don't know. Do they? Maybe they have programs over there.
I
they
don't
send
get
the
it.
Students over, or they do some kind of research. Well, let me ask you this: does it matter in Europe if any type of American football comes over, regardless of who's on the helmet? It's going to be an event.
Look, I feel like the NFL has absolutely made the inroads, especially in England. I feel like they've played so many games there at this point. They better have made the inroads. And you see the fans at those games; they're always well attended.
Yeah.
Different jerseys. No one's there just to see those specific teams. Every team now does this thing when they play over there, where they have the big fan group that goes over. But for the most part, you watch a London game in the NFL. There's jerseys and goes. It's like their chance to win an NFL game, and I feel and now they're trying to do that in Germany and in Spain and all these other places. The NFL has, it's becoming which is what they've wanted to do with all this, a global brand. Whether I like it or not, or anyone likes it or not, it's what it is. But college football, Paulie, I do not see the same appetite across the pond for college football. Like I said, unless you're in Ireland and you're going to send Notre Dame or Boston College there, I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously some deals there. There's got to be some sort of interest in there. There's got to be some kind of form of business model for them to do it. I don't know if it's anything for them just to say, hey, let's just do this for the heck of it.
Right.
Right. And maybe as the NFL has increased every year, this whole European and worldwide relocation of games, this is maybe something now college is looking to do too. If it's any way to bring in, I don't know, where's the money angle for this, for these colleges playing, in these countries, as far as, is it apparel? Are they going to get kids to go to these colleges?
I don't know what it is.
Aspect?
It can't be a recruiting aspect.
Yeah. Well, this can't be. So why are they doing?
We would have to talk to somebody who's
mostly just entertainment.
We would have to talk to somebody who's smarter than me.
Or maybe these.
So
yeah. Well, maybe it's a financial pull for the schools if the European TVs, the networks over there are bringing them over and they're paying them a huge pound of coin.
I don't know. It's kind of dopey to me, but it is what it is. So
Well, here's another question: are you going to watch any of it?
well, I mean, look.
Do you
Now
think the
you're
majority
talking.
of
I will
fans
tell you
in the
this:
states are going to watch it?
the reason why they could play North Carolina and TCU on Saturday at noon on the moon, and people are going to watch because it's
There
the
you go.
very first college football game of the entire season. Now and I know that everybody gets mad. There are FCS games starting tomorrow. You know, if you want to get into Maine and Colgate or whoever the hell's playing tomorrow night, God bless you. Have fun with it. I'm talking about the teams that matter. That's the first game of the season. So it doesn't matter if the game's in Dublin or the game's in Chapel Hill or the game's in where people are going to watch the game. Now, Kansas, Arizona State in week 4 or 5 or whatever that is, well, there's probably other great games that day. Who cares where the game's being played? That is not going to draw people into watching the game. The reason why people watch the Dublin game on Saturday is because it is the first game of the season. It is the opening kickoff. And the same, the NC State Virginia game was supposed to be in Brazil at 3:30 right after it. Game to start the season. People are the bit for real to the nonsense preseason garbage. Yeah, people are going to be in. But at the end of the day, Paul, all that matters is it's back in a real way. I know we do who you got on Thursday. Yankees going to win. The real who you got.
Is there any favorite on this as far as matchups?
Oh, I've got a couple that I really like on Saturday.
No, I'm saying in the game in Dublin.
TCU is a 7.5 point favorite. Total's 47.5. Bill Belichick gets you excited? Is going over there? I'll tell you, Bill better have a couple pints of Guinness Friday night at the Temple Bar before that one. Yeah,
what kind of season are they going to have? Let's go with TCU.
I don't think
I'm
a
gonna
great
take TCU out.
Tomorrow will be the who you got for me.
Oh, so we're not doing it now.
No, tomorrow.
All right.
Tomorrow, who you got?
Okay.
I got it right into the week. That's like what we do. Thursdays for the football.
You just asked me who I got.
No, I'm saying I got our first who you got. Three, like that. Our who you got was built on football games.
Gotcha.
That's what who you got is all about.
Right.
So we'll get that tomorrow. As far as the Giants and the Jets go, let's do that a little bit here before we get going. Final preseason game coming up on Friday night, the annual Snoopy Bowl at MetLife. First really significant injury, I would have to say, Paulie, for either team. Now, remember, the Jets avoided significant injury with Breece Hall as was back running earlier this week. Doesn't sound like he's going to miss any time. But for the Giants, Paulie, they did not avoid a significant injury with Calvin Austin III. Torn ACL, went down yesterday at practice. He's done for the season, and he had been having a really strong camp. He had been building a great connection with Jackson Dart. Looked like he was really going to be one of their 2 or 3 main wide receivers this season to go along with Neighbors and obviously the tight end Isaiah Likely, who I think is going to have a really good year. One thing that this does, Paulie, is it kind of moves everybody else up the pecking line, and it also opens the door for my, as I've discussed with you, what I think is a chance for a little OBJ renaissance this year, because it sounded before the Austin injury yesterday that he was maybe going to be on the practice squad, wasn't going to be on the main 53-man roster. He was going to kind of be a guy that stays with the team, gets elevated if someone's hurt, things like that. Now you might need a little bit of a bigger role out of him out of the gates with this Austin injury. So I think that's kind of one of the more significant things that comes out of it.
Well, everybody was asking why they had so many wide receivers in camp. Well, here you go.
Well, guys get hurt. I mean, this is the worst part of preseason is August is guys getting hurt. You need to try to make it through this month of August without losing bodies. And Giants almost made it. And, that's why it'll roll into what I'm going to ask you next when they play on Friday night. And we'll get to the discussions of, I saw Harbaugh say this morning, he's still not sure if Dart's going to play in the game or he's going to put him in bubble wrap. And I'm always in August a bubble wrap guy. I am. Unless you are a rookie and you're getting the taste for the first time. Jackson Dart played some football last year. I don't think playing a series or a quarter or a half on Friday night against the Jets, I don't think that is going to enhance him for the 2026 NFL Giant season more than it standing on the sideline with a headset on. I just don't think so.
Yeah, no, and with Austin going down too, it kind of jolts you a little bit, and then it's maybe it changes his game plan or his thought process going into the game with the Jets too.
Yeah.
But I think he also said too, it looks like Neighbors is going to be okay too.
Well, they've been increasing the work every single week. So last week they increased it. It looks like this week they've increased it a little bit more. And I think that all roads lead to the opening Sunday night game against the Cowboys and him being out there. And I think that that's what is on the Giants and Harbaugh's mind. And I think that will continue to be the goal for him. I think that,
a huge sigh of relief or exhale if on that lineup on that Sunday night and Dart's in there healthy and he looks and he sees Beckham and he sees Neighbors out there too. It'd be something else.
Right. And look, I think that the pride of South Bend, and I love guys from Notre Dame. I think Malachi Fields is having he's been really good as a rookie, having a really good camp. And now he's another guy with the Austin injury that is probably going to be asked to do a little bit more than he thought you were going to at first. I still believe, and I know I've said this, I think that if Beckham's out there, he's going to give you something. I really do believe that. And did you see the catch he made at practice yesterday? Little one hand back of the end zone. He dropped a catch against the Dolphins in the preseason game last week. I still think it's there. Like, I don't know what it is, but I just feel like that there's some kind of
you gotta feel he wants to prove
resurgence.
That's
my whole thing.
He wants to be there. Again, it's the whole speculation thing that we're kind of in here, and we just got to wait for the games to start, for the real games to start. And I'm interested when we're 4 or 5 games into the season, if that Giants lineup is still like playing well, healthy.
Right.
What's their record? What how's the chemistry going? Are they getting yards? Are they scoring points? Because until then, we're just sitting here banging our heads against the wall going, I hope this happens. I hope that happens and everything. And, so we're in this like, look, even with Austin going down, we've still got a shaky receiver core, right? And we've got I
don't know.
No, I'm saying until it's proven.
But I'm a little higher
on paper. It looks awesome.
I'm a little higher on Beckham than most people are. Like I'm
with you.
I think we're in the minority. The more like I've had a few people yell at me about this on social media already. That they think he's completely cooked.
He's quite a few people yell at both of us.
And they think he's completely cooked, and he has nothing. So maybe that will be the case. But now with Austin getting hurt, him and Fields, and the ghost of Darius Slayton is still there too. He never goes away. He's always there for the Giants too. So you got him in the mix, and I think that
played well the other night.
And I'm telling you, I love Isaiah Likely. I thought he was a really good player in Baltimore that was underutilized because Mark Andrews was there. He was with Harbaugh in Baltimore, so Harbaugh knows how good he is. I think Likely's going to be a really big target for Jackson Dart. I do. So
you're into wrapping up Jackson this weekend?
Oh, I would not play him.
Not even for
now. I've listened to
4 downs, 3 downs.
For what? What does it do? What does it gain?
Jets.
What does it gain?
Why not?
Not everyone plays this game like Rex used to play it. Rex used to make this game everything for the Jets. Yeah. Like it was the Snoopy Bowl was everything for Rex. What is there to gain? And the same thing goes for the Jets. And I'm sure that Aaron Glenn on Friday night is going to roll Gino. And Gino looked good last week. Was he 7 for 7 against the Steelers? He had he played well. And man, Paulie, as we're getting closer to this, and I know I feel like I've said this to you a couple weeks in a row, man, but the optimism is so high for their offense, like the Jets. I'm a little surprised by it, to be quite honest with you. But people think,
but it's preseason, man.
I know that, like, and you're not don't have the real thing yet.
Nothing counts.
Nothing counts.
And I'm talking about the other side, the teams. Gino's got to line up against, and nothing counts yet.
Right.
We've already gone through their schedule.
Yeah,
it's brutal.
Yep.
Hey, look, more power to them. I'm not sitting here. I don't want them to fail. I mean, more than that, we talked about this last week too. I'd love the Jets fans to have something to cheer about, something positive going on. I mean, but when you have, and it's the same for the Giants too. The shaky on paper it looks great.
Yeah.
But man, there's going to be guys lining up to take these guys out week in, week out,
Right.
and week out, and
Right.
that's what we're going to see here very shortly. It can't come quick enough.
It's exciting. I'm ready to go. I just need to get through this week.
What about the Bills?
Yeah,
Oh man, you're killing me. You're just still this. Someone's like, you don't
I'm-
want to talk about them.
I'm very wait and see. I really am. I'm very wait and
Well,
see.
shouldn't every team? We should all be like that, right? Wait and see.
At least we win a whole week without having them smash although they're playing there this week. So I forget if it's Thursday or Friday night. They're playing at home against somebody. So.
Well, it did come out. It is the highest.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
the highest ticket and all. It's
did
everything.
you see that list though? It's kind of surprising.
They're the highest of it all.
I don't know if I saved that one, but Bills #1, and you probably saw that too. The Buffalo Sabres have sold out their season tickets. You have to get on the waiting list.
I mean,
no, what I'm getting at is here. A lot of people were saying it's going to be rough for Buffalo. It's a tough economic city. You know, the fans are coming to this new stadium, right?
They are.
And they
Every
just
seat's
sold
going to
out
be filled.
the Sabre season.
And that thing that was also like a secondary market thing where tickets are going for so much because it's the first year in the building. There's a lot of factors into that. I saw that tweet. Did you retweet that? I think you did. There it is. Is that the?
No, that's that was the baseball. I don't know if I retweeted it, but
I saw what you were talking about, and it's, whatever.
Going through my scroll.
You're going through everything.
I was just laughing at the White Sox brawl.
Oh yes.
I said it's not safe to go see a baseball game in Chicago anymore.
No, not that was something else up there in the stands, right?
Woo.
That was a good. I still can't
All right,
understand
it's not here.
people.
But,
All right, you don't have it. It's
you know
okay.
what we're talking about. So
it's okay. It's okay. All good. And yes, John, go Sabres in the chat for John. As I look, they're also coming off a great bounce back year. Part of the reason why they sold all. It's a great thing for them.
But when you see that kind of stuff, when you talk about the economy and Buffalo as a city and everything else, and I'm like, they're doing all right, I guess, because those season tickets ain't cheap.
Right.
And those tickets to see the Bills ain't cheap.
They're not cheap. And again, I'm ready to watch the game. I'm tired of all the outside garbage about the stadium and how much it costs to go there. And I'm intrigued about what this is going to look like on the field with a first-year head coach, with really the same group on offense, different defensive coordinator. This is the stuff that I'm kind of looking forward to. And I don't have a feel for it yet. I need to get out there and see the first game and see what's different from the McDermott era. Like that, you can't get a feel for it in preseason. You just can't.
Well, and that's, look, a big part of it, and anybody watching and listening to, I mean, me and you don't have all this. We're not sitting here going through the rosters yet. I don't believe in any of that right now,
right,
as far as the season's concerned. You know what I'm saying? When the games start, that's when we dive into it. You know who's active. You know who's showing up. You know then you start looking at play calling. That's it. And you're diving in and when it means something. I mean, right now, all around, just overanalyzing and predicting. And it's just kind of pointless right now because, again, especially with the Giants here, got Harbaugh, and how is he going to take this team forward? Very exciting games to start the season, and as far as, as the theory about, like I said, this is going to be I want to ask you this too. If the Jets, and we've looked at this schedule, I don't see it happen, but for argument's sake,
they got to win the Bobby Saleh game.
Games, I mean, what are we going to do then?
Well,
but again, we're speculating. What's the point?
Again, when you look at the,
want to talk about Hull City beating Manchester United in the first game?
Can you believe that? I was going to leave that till the end for you.
No, we will. Leave it to the end.
When you look more at their schedule, that opening game in Tennessee against Bobby Saleh and the Titans, no one likes calling week one must win. Nobody likes calling those things, but I feel like that's a very big game for Aaron Glenn to come out and get a win, because when you see Bears, Lions, Packers, the next 3 weeks, the NFC North that they're going to play 2 out of those 3 on the road. I feel like I don't think Tennessee's that good. I just don't. I mean, they have a first-year head coach. They have a second-year quarterback. I mean, you're not playing the Bills or the Ravens or the. If you're a believer in the changes that they've made, and if you think this offense is going to be good, if they're not going to look good in week 1 and be in the game and potentially beat Tennessee, then what the hell is going to happen the 3 weeks after when they play those good teams out of the NFC North? I hate you must win, Paulie, but it's close to it. It's really close to it, that week 1 game. Even for the Aaron Glenn psyche, I feel like also getting out to a good start and put some warm and fuzzy feelings amongst themselves and the fan base. I feel like
I think the Jets are going to have a good game. I think they're going to have a good game.
I think they can win the game.
Yeah.
But if they don't, it could spiral into the type of stuff that I talked about for the last few months
Yes.
with them.
And
So-
I hope for the Jet fan that that doesn't happen. I really don't. And I brought it up last week too, as far as New York sports, and for them to always be just the butt end of, and deservedly so, right, over the
Right.
years. I mean, it's just, and Jet fans will say it too, the way the organization is run. But I think it'd be great if the Jets kind of show a little something in the first couple of weeks of the season and give us a little positive stuff to talk about,
Right. And maybe they'll do that. We shall see moving forward. Tomorrow we'll do a lot of Who You Gots for football, final preseason game, all of that. I just want all the nonsense to be over and to get us to the real thing that I guess it's 3 weeks from tonight, right, Paulie? Or 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks or 3? 2 weeks from tonight. 2 weeks from tonight is Patriots Seahawks opening night game. Wednesday the 9th. Yes, Wednesday the 9th. That is 2 weeks from tonight. So we're right there at this point. So we just have to get through a little bit more of it, and we're going to be all right. All right,
4
2
games tomorrow night on the schedule.
Yes, we'll do all that. Everyone else Friday. Nobody plays after. Or is there a Saturday? There's a couple Saturday
there's a
games.
game on Saturday. There's actually.
Now, 2 things before we go for today that I wanted to go. Jets fans are the New York City version of Browns fans. Man, the Browns. How about Deshaun Watson start? They're naming Deshaun Watson the starter
I think
after
of his,
what?
press conference and stuff.
I think he was letting out some years of frustration there, but he's got to be. He's got to understand the reality of the situation.
He doesn't.
They've given him $250 million, and he's barely played, and he just doesn't.
When you get that kind of money, does it really matter? You just come out and you say, you could say anything, right?
Right.
Guys too. I mean, as far as their social status, their social media status, their endorsements, and everything else.
Right.
At the end of the day, if Watson and say Sanders, if they never win anything, they've already made so much money.
Yeah.
What is there? We talk about this in shows in the past. The contracts that, even in hockey right now, the contracts that these guys are getting before you even accomplish anything, it used to be the other way around.
Yeah.
You used to have to earn it, win it, championships and everything else. And then that's how you would get the big money. These guys now, they don't have to do nothing.
I understand all that, but this guy was a whole nother level of embarrassment on so many things. And I really don't believe that Todd Monken, who's getting a chance head coach in the NFL, sat in his office on Sunday and Monday morning, and after watching some of the tape, sat there and said, this is the best guy I have for the job. This was something that came, in my opinion, from over his head, particularly from the owner who's given him $250 million.
I agree with you. Yes.
He did not make this decision. The people above him who have been there for this entire saga of just misery are the ones who have made that decision for him. And, I think that that's plain and clear when you watch Todd Monken, like you said. He doesn't want to start Deshaun Watson in his first game. The guy's been pathetic. But I think that ownership's looking at it from, we start him for a few games, and at least we can say we tried again, and then you can take him out. Like, they probably have told Monken that. Like, just give him a couple games. We're going to suck anyway.
It's going to be a long season, fam.
It'll be a really long season. All right, next. You mentioned it, and I'll bring it up fast. What the hell happened Saturday morning for Man U? That they lost 2-0, and I love this quote from Michael Carrick. The opening game defeat was, quote, hugely disappointing. You think? You lost 2-0 to a team that just came up from the championship on the opening game of the season. I mean, I would call that more than hugely disappointing, that loss.
It has been an unfortunate thing. I brought this up last week too, that Manchester United in these last few years have been doing stuff. Now, this that haven't done, and these are all the bad things. So a lot of people were very quick to point out that, when Fergie took over too, they had lost, had a bad opening loss to a team and then went on to win the premiership and everything else.
Right.
All that aside, Hull City just got relegated up.
Correct.
And
Promoted.
You're Manchester United. I don't know, but this is something that's been going on the last few seasons. You figure a game like that, so here's the other side of it, right? You see FC Barcelona, they start their season the other night. I can't remember exactly the name of the team they were playing. They went out and trounced them 5-0.
Yeah, which is what you should do.
Which is a team that they should, because that, FC Barcelona, like I said, they're one of the they would be like the Manchester United of La Liga in terms of Real Madrid and the top teams up there. You do not go out and embarrass yourself like that.
I agree. I thought it was embarrassing.
A team like Manchester United, but
embarrassing.
I don't know. I don't understand, because even if the format was wrong, even if the attack style was wrong, are you going to tell me the players that Hull City, and fair play to Hull City? I'm always like that. You go out and beat Manchester United, you put on a good game, score a couple of beautiful goals, and take it to them in front of your home crowd. Bravo, fantastic. But every guy on that team has to look at themselves in the mirror, because they come in going, I'm signing for Manchester United. I'm now signing for one of the greatest football teams in the world. And they go out there like that and can't put a cohesive game together and not score at all.
Hull won't win a game for 2 months.
Probably not.
They won't win a game for 2 months.
Probably not.
After beating Man U.
Probably not.
That will be the highlight of their season. Beating Man U in the opening game. Wow, John, who you got in the Tour Championship, which tees off tomorrow morning? Final stop of the PGA Tour this season.
Is it tomorrow?
East Lake.
Oh.
Now, there's other things going. Like, they have the fall, spring swing season starts in a few weeks, and they have the President's Cup this year, which is at the end of September. But for this 2026 season, this is it. Top 30 guys in the point standing, playing for the FedEx Cup. John, I know that I've been on this guy a lot, but I have to go back to him one last time, because if he won this week and I wasn't on him, I would be very upset, and that's Sam Burns. I'm playing Sam Burns again. I know that he's tortured us this year. A lot of seconds, a lot of top fives. He hasn't won. He's had a great year. I'd love to see him pay it off. He's an iron player, which you need to be awesome on Bermuda. East Lake is the Tour Championship. So I'm on Sam Burns, John, for us at the Tour Championship coming up this week. And the last thing for you, we get on a lot of franchises and stadiums and things that they do wrong. We do a lot of that. I have to highlight somebody who did something right. And believe it or not,
a team close to your heart.
the New York Islanders did something right.
What did they do?
They announced, and all teams do this when their schedule comes out, their promotional schedule, the giveaways.
Yes,
and all teams
did
do
see
this
that,
in all
yes.
sports. Whether it's bobbleheads or calendars or all this other stuff. And as long as you can remember, it's always been, Paulie, like you go to Yankee game, the first 18,000 fans, or the Islander game or the Ranger, the first 10,000 fans. Like there's always like a number, like a mark. And when it's a really hot thing, like a bobblehead was for a long time, and still are in some particular cases, on those nights you'd have to go and get out on line up 4 hours before the game, make sure you get one. You got some poor kid who can't get to the game till it starts, and he sees everyone with them and he doesn't get one. I've never understood why these teams can't, when they're giving something away, just make something for everybody. Like why do we? So the Islanders have done it. They have 2 bobblehead nights this season. Matthew Schaefer for one and Ilya Sorokin for the other, which are going to be popular bobbleheads. Every fan in attendance gets the bobblehead. How about that at UBS? That is a nice job by the Islanders to do that, because that's the way it should be. Every team should follow this. And if there are other teams that do, bravo to them. It's just me being here locally. No one ever does this. Mets, Yankees, anybody, nobody does this stuff. It gives it every. Now, I know what some people will say. Baseball's different. There's 40, 50,000 people as opposed to 17 people. Okay. Find a way. You're worth plenty of money. Let everyone get one.
Well, if you can't do 40,000, like do half. You know,
But even then, still, you got that. Still is the lining up and the people not getting it. Like I don't.
that's
like
a trip. That whole thing, like people get there like
I know
hours
it's
ahead.
torture. It's torture.
God forbid it's a Star Wars.
So
night or-
I know that, and that's
Crazy.
what I mean. So I think bravo to the Islanders for making sure that everyone who comes to those games is going to get a bobblehead, no matter what. They're making enough for the whole crowd, which is.
Sorokin gonna step up, earn that this year. What?
I think it's going to be a rough year for the Islanders.
We're talking puck soon here, buddy.
It's around their start. I can't believe how early they're starting. Like opening games like a month from tomorrow or
Yeah,
something.
bud.
Like September 27th or 28th is the first game of the season now.
You're gonna need lots
Paulie,
of how much you're gonna be talking
Paulie,
about.
it's stupid for them to start that early. It really is.
Hey man,
it's
they're
nonsense.
getting ready because they're gonna be adding 2 more teams. So
When hold on, and that says they're also playing 84 this year, right?
yeah, 2 more.
Somehow
games,
a team, a
2 more
league,
games,
a
and there's
league that had
2 more
too
teams
many
coming.
games is adding games instead of taking them away. So
Yeah.
you try to figure out that. I just have to see when is the exact opening night. It is Tuesday, September 29th. So a month from Saturday. They got to be getting to camp like what this week, next week.
They're already
Got to have a
on
month of
They're on the bikes already. There's no
month of
doubt
ramp
about
up, right?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Dude, I'm sorry.
2 more teams.
I think it's nonsense.
both in the South. They're talking too.
Nonsense. Oh, I don't want to. Don't. Not doing the Atlanta stuff today. I'm not doing it. I saw that some suburb has cleared an area where they can build.
Atlanta and Houston, baby.
Stupid. Absolute stupidity to go back to Atlanta for the 3rd time. And they're going to do it. They are. They're going to do it. And they will learn their lesson again. Learn their lesson for a 3rd time. Can't have hockey in Atlanta. Paulie, we're back tomorrow. Noon East as always on a
Yes.
Thursday here. And this is just great. I mean, look at everything we have lined up. Obviously, we'll talk about what the Yankees do tonight against the Astros and all that. But our first football, who you got?
Yep.
For week 0 of college football, I got a banger in the USC San Jose State game. We got a late night game in Vegas between Memphis and UNLV. You got some good stuff on Saturday. There's only 8 games, but there's some good stuff on
I think
Saturday.
we also
for
have
week
to
0.
discuss November 7th, and that's college day schedule
And
and where we should camp out.
yes, that day is incredible. And if someone has invited you to a wedding that day, I saw a lot of this online. You should absolutely not be friends with that person anymore because that means they don't care about
or
college
become
football.
suddenly ill the night before.
Suddenly ill the night before. So we're back tomorrow, noon East, right here. Carver and Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio, live from Borrelli's Taproom. Oh wait, you know what? I never got to do this a second time. I never did. I've been too busy.
That's okay. We're gonna follow all this up tomorrow.
Okay,
The
very
only thing
good.
everybody's gotta know is tonight is 80s night.
Yes.
And then Carnival Night's tomorrow night. And the
know
other
what?
big news is Sam Morrell comedy. Get your tickets. Borrelli'sTaproom.com, Eventbrite.com. Search Borrelli's comedy. That's the biggest news right now. Is Sam
Tomorrow
Morrell.
I'll get 3 of those in. I'll
Just
make
do
up for
it.
today.
It's not, it's
I'll
okay,
make up.
Mike.
I
It's
feel like if
okay.
I don't get the in
Okay.
that day,
Okay.
I'm just not doing the right
It's
thing.
all right. We had a break earlier that we usually never do.
Right. We had to move
We
some.
work pretty hard.
We had to
on
move
the
some
show.
some chess pieces around the board.
So, it's all good. I'll have my headphones
Had to
back
move some
tomorrow.
chess pieces
Yeah, that's-
around the board for us. All right, Carver and
All good.
Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio, Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach on the island. We're back tomorrow, noon East. Have a great day, Paulie.